はい、皆さんおはようございます。今日は富士山に見ます。すごく楽しみにしています。Today we're going on a tour to go see Mount Fuji and I'm really excited because there's supposed to be snow up there and we're going halfway up the mountain. I'm really excited for that and I hope I do actually get to see snow. ハワイに住んでいるから、夢がそんなに見られないです。それから今日は富士山のハーフウェイポイントに行くから雪が見られます。だからすごく楽しみにしています。富士山のお土産多分いいと思っているんですけど I wonder what I'll find up there. So we're gonna leave for the tour, which is picking us up at Keio Plaza Hotel at 8:15 and it's about 6:40 right now, and I want to eat something before we go, and we're leaving the Airbnb at 7:30, so I have to really move because I have to stop by 7-Eleven before we go. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do that because I'm in kind of a rush this morning, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I will see you guys at Fuji-san today.
I'm just a passenger with you, baby. All that you've ever known is freedom. World I've only known from the outside looking in. Heard a heartbeat in this ghost town. Now who's in my mind but you, but you? Oh yeah, tell me when the sun goes down. Who sees my secret truth?
네. 日本すごく綺麗な国。はい、皆さんこんにちは。実は富士山のお土産の買い物したんです。あそこたくさん富士山のお土産の店すごく賑やかです。もう終わった。だからバスに帰ります。When we were driving up to Mount Fuji, the left side of the bus got all of the amazing views of Fuji-san, and I was sitting on the right side of the bus, and I did not see anything, so it was really sad. So I'm gonna stay out here for a little bit more. But it's very beautiful. So since my friend and I got separated, my friend and I were sitting on separate buses, and I ended up sitting next to this guy on the bus. His name is Jonathan, and we made some friends on the bus, and it was really nice. And I also like our tour guide. Her name is Yuko-san, and Yuko-san wa sugoku yasashii hito. Honestly, it's been a really good trip so far, despite being separated from my friend. And I did a lot of shopping. I spent like $70 at the Fuji-san omiyage shops, and I ended up buying 3 cans of air. I don't know who I'm gonna give it to, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm like, honestly, like I kind of love it. So I got checked out, like I got cashed out by this wonderful little girl. Her name is Momoka, and she works at this mise, and she was very, very sweet, and she said that my intonation for Japanese is really good, but that's not true. My intonation for Nihongo is sugoku warui desu. But she was very sweet. Honestly, oh my god, I've never felt temperatures this cold, and Yuko-san, our tour guide, said that it was -3 Celsius, which is the fucking coldest I've ever felt. So I'm gonna go back to the tour bus now. Honestly, I wish I didn't spend so much time souvenir shopping, because over there it looks like there's a shrine. A taisha? Question mark? But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the tour bus now. Honestly, this is really cool. And then Asoko Fuji-san. We're at the 5th Hakone station, and I'm gonna go back to the fucking bus right now because it's fucking cold, but also I will be taking pictures really quickly.
promise. How can I need this so much? You got me healing and stop the blood. You pull me out, and I can't get enough. When the night comes, I'll meet you in the shallow. It gets too deep, pull me from the tide. Signal the lighthouse, I'll meet you in the shelter. Against the storm, I'll be by your side. It's true, only this moment with you, with you. When the night comes, I'll meet you in the shallows. It gets too deep, I'll pull you from the tide.
I'm gonna try and find something like this back at home. Tonight I went shopping at Family Mart, and this one's also good. I had this one before. This one's really good.
Context of Monero, I do believe this is the first time one of these slabs has put on names. I thought periods were like very... Okay.
はい、こんばんは皆さん。すいません、ちょっと日本語忘れちゃったんで。今日は富士山に登りました。今日はバスで富士山に登りました。So today we went up Mount Fuji and we got to the Keio Plaza Hotel about 10 minutes before we departed. We commuted from the Shinjuku station to Tokyo station, and there was like this underground pathway that took us directly to the plaza on the street. So that was fun. When we were walking down this really long underground tunnel from... Actually, we didn't go to Tokyo station, we went to Shinjuku station. I was kind of joking around when we were walking under this really long tunnel, like, oh, this tunnel will probably take us directly to the building, and then it actually took us directly to the building. So that was kind of funny. I'm gonna brush my hair because I just showered and it's a mess. We met up at the Keio Plaza Hotel, and then to our dismay, because my friend and I booked separate tickets, we ended up on completely different buses. There were two buses. One bus had like 3 groups in it, and then my bus had like 2 groups, and there were 5 groups total. We genuinely thought that this was going to be like a really terrible day because we were going to be separated, and we were kind of just like dreading the day. I got to my bus seat a little bit early because my group 4 was the first ones to board our bus. I got to go into my seat, and it was a window seat, so I was like really happy. So I was like, hey, I get the window. There was this guy that sat on the same row as me, but he was on the other side of the aisle because it was 2 aisle and then 2 seats. He sat on the other side, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is like a row of like solo travelers. As the tour guide was checking everyone's seats, he realized he was sitting in the wrong seat, and then he moved over to my side because his seat was 4C and I'm 4D, and he was sitting in like 4A spot. He ended up sitting next to me, and then we took an hour-long ride to this rest stop going from Tokyo to Fuji-san. We got to the rest stop, and there was this huge line of tourists going to the bathroom, and I was like, dude, we're not going to be able to be able to use the bathroom and get back on this bus in 15 minutes when there are 5 other tour buses in this little rest stop with a tiny little bathroom. During that time, I was also talking to our tour guide in Nihongo. Dude, she was fucking killing the English. Like, yeah, she was just killing the English game. Like, even though this is a tour catered to English people, like, something to consider is you're probably going to a country where English is not the main language. So our guide, her name was Yuko-san. She was speaking really good English. I feel like she's kind of like me, where when I get nervous I sweat. And she was stuttering on her words a lot, but she spoke really good English and she can understand us really well too. But I was like, sumimasen, tsugi no eirae wa itsu desu ka? And she was really surprised I was speaking Nihongo to her. And from then on we started conversing, and we ended up going to the same bathroom, and she was talking to me in the line for the bathroom, and we were just learning a lot about each other, and I was complimenting her English and she was complimenting my Japanese, and we were just talking. She was really sweet girl. Not girl. She was an oba-san, an auntie. And then from that rest stop on is when this guy next to me started talking to me. And at first I kind of wanted to be the person to break the ice and be like, so where are you from? Are you solo traveling? Are you with someone? Or blah blah blah. I know that a lot of people also aren't like that, and I'm not a type of conversationalist like that. I was like, I'm just gonna sit in my little bubble, and that's what I did for the first hour of the ride. And then after that rest stop is when he started talking to me. He was like, so where are you from? Blah blah blah. And we were getting to know each other, we were talking a lot, and we became really good friends throughout the duration of this tour. So I made a friend. He was really sweet. From the rest stop we went up to Fuji-san, and the drive up was maybe about like half an hour. We go up to the Hakone 5th station, and that's the highest point you can go by car before you have to climb up the rest of Fuji-san by foot, because there's no paved roads beyond that. At the 5th station there's 3 omiyage mises, and I bought a lot of things there. I bought a lot of my kazoku no omiyage. Takusan ame ga kaimashita. Those cans of air on Fuji-san, they are real. And I bought 3 of them, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's such an iconic gift and an iconic thing to buy on Fuji-san, and that's one of the things that they're known for, is the ridiculous can of air. So I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking buy it. So I bought 3. Each can is 500 yen, but right now the US dollar is very strong compared to the Japanese yen. So I bought a lot of like the cookies, and a lot of like the chocolate and the ame, and yeah, I just bought a lot of like food, like confectionery gifts. Later on I will do a haul on everything that I got, and I'll probably do it another day. The first shop, at all of the tour buses, they give you like a coupon, and then you give the coupon to one of the workers at the first souvenir shop that they drop you off at the Hakone station, and then you get a little bell keychain. And I got one of those keychains. Oh, I was checking out and I was getting my stuff rung up, and then I was talking a little bit to the tenin as well, and she was like, "Nihongo sugoku jouzu," and I was like, "Hontoni jouzu janai." たくさん日本語の言葉ちょっと忘れちゃったんですから、私の日本語すごく悪いです。She kept saying my 日本語 was really good, but I digress. It's like her name Momoka, and she was really sweet. I think when I speak Japanese to these workers, it makes them feel a little bit better. She was getting, I could tell she was getting like really stressed out with how much English speakers there are, and non-English speakers, like from like Western European countries or South American countries that come to visit, and they're speaking all sorts of languages that aren't Japanese, and there's like a language barrier going on. And so like when I speak Japanese to like a Japanese worker, I feel like they're a little bit more relieved. So I'm really happy that I was able to have like a conversation with the tenins in Nihongo. Makes me really happy that I'm able to use my shogakuse Nihongo. And yeah, we had a really short break at the Hakone 5th station, and then from there we went down the hill, and then we went to go have lunch. And the lunch was really sweet. It was like, what is it called? The panchan of the choy-san and some radishes, question mark, or daikon. I'm not sure what it was. And then there was also like a little serving of almond jelly, and there was like a salad, and also like a tiny small bit of a baguette slice with like a tuna pate, and also there was like a tamagoyaki, bowl of rice. And then my favorite part was like this cheese sized sukiyaki, and it had like glass noodle knots in it, and enoki mushrooms, and the maple leaf carrots. I'm forgetting all of my words. It was like a beef shoyu dashi broth, and it was super delicious. Oh yeah, after lunch when I was leaving, Jonathan and I were walking past one of the workers, and she was saying like, thank you so much. And then I was like, I wanted to really show my appreciation, because Japanese people, especially Japanese people who cater towards tourism or work in tourism industry, really try to make the okyaku-san feel really special and well taken care of. Seeing a lot of like these people on my tour bus group, and like a lot of them weren't even saying thank you to the driver, or weren't even saying thank you to Yuko-san when they were asking her questions. I was saying thank you to the worker, and I was telling her that the food was really delicious, and the small sukiyaki was my favorite food. After that, I think she was also really shocked that I spoke Japanese, and she had like this really surprised look on her face. Bikurishita. She kept saying, thank you so much, like thank you so much, and she kept bowing to me. I kept bowing back to her, and I was saying like, no, thank you so much for the delicious food. I said thank you one more time, and then I left. And then yeah, from there we drove maybe like an hour or two to one of the lakes that surround Fuji-san, and we went to Ashinoko, and it was this very beautiful lake. Yeah, from there we went to Odawara station, Odawara Eki, and we took the Shinkansen from Odawara to, well, the Shinkansen was supposed to take us from Odawara to Tokyo station, and Shinagawa Eki is better for going back to my Airbnb because I stay on one line the whole way. We got our Shinkansen tickets, and I sat next to Jonathan on the Shinkansen. But yeah, honestly, even though me and Kirsten were like separated today, I had a lot of fun. I became really good friends with Yuko-san. We were talking a lot, and I became really good friends with Jonathan, who I stayed with throughout the whole day. We're talking about each other's trips and like each other's personal life and everything, and I was like, I really didn't expect to have such an amazing time today looking at Mount Fuji. And I also got to see my first snow today, which it wasn't a lot, but I saw snow. I'd say today was a pretty big success, even though I didn't have my friend with me. Tomorrow we're supposed to be going to Yokohama. Today was a really good day. Today was one of the best days on the trip, honestly. I will see you guys in Yokohama tomorrow. Mata ashita.